Okay, I'm making a video of this. Sit down, Snow, before I repair it. This is one of the dog pens. Now, we did have a big windstorm. No ands what's about it. Up to as much as 50 miles per hour. This was not done by a windstorm. This was torn apart by a person. For one, after the storm, and you see the rest of the fence, it's fine. These pieces were actually bolted together, which you can still see the nails and things. This was the flooring of the pen that was pulled up. Wind ain't gonna do that. The winds were southwest blowing. Okay, I'm facing southwest, and before you is a 60-foot by 30-foot building. There's no flipping way. I don't care how strong the winds are. That southwest wind took this down. Two, after the storm subsided, the first thing I did was come out and check on all the animals, which more I also did during the storm several times. This was not down. This wasn't down until after 10 p.m. yesterday, which all the forecasts can tell you the winds had died down. We didn't even have 20 or 30 mile per hour winds at that point. My security cameras caught someone trespassing coming over the hill from the direction of 1501 Harmon Road, which is the neighbors, our northeast neighbors, direction of their property. The security camera showed the dog barking at the individual. The person was wearing dark clothing, and it was getting dark. It was dusk. Well, it wasn't dusk. It kind of got dark about 9-ish. So it was just dark, but there was still enough light out where you can see somewhat. Not a whole lot, though. So all you could see was a dark shadowy figure that the dog was barking at coming from that direction. And then, and they're infrared cameras so they can see in the dark. That person went behind the Modular building that's on the property on the other side of this, and came from this direction, the back end of this building, to here. I came outside with a gun when I saw the person going around the back of the building, walked this whole area, and did not see where they ducked down. But unlike the cameras, I don't have infrared vision. With my flashlights and stuff, I saw as much as I could. But we, as you can see, have a lot of high brush and other buildings on the property and pens and things that the person could have ducked behind until I went inside. So shortly, sometime after I went inside, this was done. Again, northwest winds. I don't care if they were 1,000 miles per hour. Without taking out this building, did not take out the dog kennel. This was done by human beings. And they often try to disguise the damage and destruction and vandalism they do to the property with having no comprehension of aerodynamics whatsoever, or just plain common fucking sense, to try to mask it and make it look like nature did it, or it's something that the animals did themselves, just like the day before with the dogs being cut loose. Clean knife marks on an 1.5-inch thick tether. They're made for horses. A dog cannot do by chewing, period. The knife marks are very clear. So just more bullshit with these jackasses who won't stay the fuck off the property. And you see the rest of the fencing that isn't even, if you notice, this part of the fencing is only tied. Now, how are sections that were screwed in and nailed in an entire dog kennel that had 4 sides to it, which gives it more stability and support than any other part, get blown down beside a building with southwest winds coming from the southwest heading northeast, when I'm facing southwest and there's a building that completely stops it. When if I take a few steps further, there's no building stopping it, and there's nothing holding this together. This is barely together. The winds would have taken this down. And as you see, it's still standing. So that's total bullshit. It's just these jackasses again. And I have to get out here and get this fixed. I snowball. No, you stay over there, stay over there, stay over there. So I have to come and repair this while they try to play fucking games like this was a fucking accident or done by the fucking storm. And it wasn't. These assholes continue to do destruction and damage on my property every chance they get and try to use other things as excuses. Ain't no fucking excuse for this shit.